I'm here to tell you that you can get really high quality video with these practical tips, a few setting changes. Today, I am recording my entire video on my iPhone. What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. I am Erin, and this is Erin on Demand, and we are all about owning our business, owning our lives, and owning our happiness. This video is all about how to create quality, professional looking video without any equipment besides your smartphone. So whether you have an iPhone or an Android, I'm personally team iPhone, but I ain't gonna, throw no shade at no Android lovers. You can create really great video without spending a bunch of money on equipment. I know we hear this all the time, that content is king, that the quality of the video really doesn't matter that much, but it really does. I'm here to tell you that you can get really high quality video with these practical tips, a few setting changes, and you'll be good to go. What a lot of people don't explain is that if you do decide to invest in a high quality camera and don't know how to use it, your video quality still might be trash. And who wants that? Also, I just want to point out that smartphones now are costing well into the thousands of dollars, which is actually more than a lot of DSLR cameras cost. So you have a $1,000 tool right in your hands. So it's best to just make the most use out of it. And the cameras on these devices are so good, you guys. Do not underestimate the power of your phone just because you're always using it. All right, so let's get into the tips. The first tip is obviously to have a phone with a high quality camera. So an HD camera. The iPhones have HD cameras, the Androids have HD cameras. Just make sure that your phone has a quality camera, and you can actually go into the settings and change up a little something to make sure that your HD is even better. So what I did was I went into settings and I scrolled down to camera and I changed it to shoot in 1080p at 60 frames per second. It was shooting at 30 frames per second, but I switched it to 60 frames per second just to bump up the quality a little bit. The second thing to do is to clean your lens, okay? Clean your lens off. Get all that grease, that makeup, that face lotion, all of that stuff gets caked up on our lenses, and a lot of times we forget to wipe it off. So just make sure that you wipe your lens off a little bit before you start. Get you a little lens cloth and wipe it off, wipe all that gunk off, because a clean lens is going to make a clean looking video. The third thing to do is figure out how you're going to mount your camera or prop your camera up, if we're being real. Because you have no equipment, I assume you don't have a tripod. So you will have to get real creative, boo, okay? You're gonna have to get you some books or a crate or a big old stack of something and prop your phone up on that. So that way, you have a nice clear frame, and just make sure that there's not a whole lot of stuff in the background. I know I got a little bit of, don't play down no mind, but make sure that the background is clear and you have a nice frame. A good thing to think about is the rule of thirds. So you might not want to be like dead center in the middle, but just a little bit off to the side. It makes it look a little bit more high quality. So if you want to kind of sit off to the side and be kind of in that upper third of the camera, you're good. Step number 4, always shoot horizontally. Never, ever, okay? Don't you never do this. Shoot your video vertically. It is gonna create those disgusting black blocks on the side when you upload it to anything. The only place that vertical video thrives is somewhere like Instagram stories or Snapchat. But other than that, it's gonna create 2 big black blocks on the side of your video, and it just doesn't take up the full screen. It's the first indicator that you shot this with your phone and it looks very unprofessional. The 5th thing to do is to sit in front of some natural light. Sit in front of the window and actually pay attention to peak hours of the sun. So in the morning, I know that the sun is peaking at the back of my house, which is kind of where my office desk area is. So I personally don't like to record videos early in the morning because the sun is beaming down and it just washes out everything. So it's good to pay attention to the points of the day where the light is pretty neutral, it's kind of an overcast, or if it's not super sunny, put your camera as close to the window as possible, which is why I wasn't sitting. Usually I sit back there because I have my ring light and the natural light coming in, but in this case I'm not using any equipment, so I'm literally right in front of the window. Another thing you can do when you're shooting with your phone in natural light is to adjust the exposure on your camera. Now this applies definitely for iPhones. I'm not sure if Androids have this feature, but if you just find that box where the video focuses and you scroll your finger up, you can change the amount of light and exposure and actually lock the exposure in so that when you move around, the exposure does not change. At one point it's like super light and then you move a centimeter over and then it gets really dark. You don't want that to happen. So you can lock in the exposure by just keeping your finger tapped on the box for a long time until it says AE lock. Step 6 is all about audio quality. Now, of course, you want to project your voice whenever you're doing a video, but we are not using a lavalier mic, a boom mic, any type of microphone. So we have to completely rely on the microphone of our camera. And thankfully, these new cameras have great microphones as well, so it's not really a compromise in audio, but you just want to make sure that you're really close to the camera. A lot of people want to shoot video, you know, have a nice setup and be back here. Oh shoot. Have a nice setup and they're all the way back here trying to talk to the video so you can see their whole cute little outfit, but the audio is, we're too far at this point. So make sure that you are up close and personal and we can hear you. You are within about 2 to 3 feet of the camera because, you know, you can't stress these cameras out too much. Nah, it is still a phone. And of course, there are other fun things you can do with phone cameras. You don't have to just sit and talk. You can take great B-roll using a phone. You can take time lapses with the phone. You can even shoot in slow motion. Play around with these features. They are there because they are capable of shooting very high quality video. So make sure that this $1,000, $700 to $1,000 investment is well worth your money and can possibly generate some more money for you so you can actually invest and buy that camera or that light or whatever kind of equipment you want. But I will say this, if you are thinking about, you know, taking it up a notch from just using your phone, I would definitely recommend you to buy lighting and audio before you jump in and buy a new camera. Buying a cheap light kit for $50 on Amazon, or if you want to splurge and buy a ring light for $150 to $200, I think that is more useful of an investment. And it will amplify the video of the phone as well as a nice microphone just to give, you know, your video some more oomph. Because really it's not about the camera as much as it is about just making sure the video looks great. And audio and lighting are really important. So good lighting makes for good video. No matter what kind of camera you have, if you have great lighting, your video is going to look a lot better just naturally. Other than that, I think that is about it. If you guys have any additional questions, holla at your girl. Let me know. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've started a YouTube channel, if you are new to YouTube, what are some cool little gadgets that you've been grabbing to amplify your video content. And, you know, if you are thinking about buying a new camera, I am also privy to that too. So what kind of camera y'all thinking about buying? You know what I'm saying? I want to know because I'm nosy. I think that is about it. Don't focus so much on the camera. I know it is so tempting to get a new camera because you're about to start this new channel or do some new videos, but I guarantee you, if you have to do the learning curve of learning a DSLR on top of learning how to work the mic and the lights and all this stuff, and you're ordering all these new things, by the time it's time to record the video, sis, you're gonna be tired because you're trying to figure all of these things out. So just make it easier on yourself. Use the phone, maybe buy a new light or buy a new mic to start and see how that impacts the quality of your video, and just take it step by step. You don't have to get everything at once. Unless you can afford it, because if you got it, flaunt it, okay? Let me know if this video was helpful, and also comment below if there are any other tricks or tips that you have for creating high quality video content only using an iPhone or an Android, any kind of smartphone. And I think that is all. So until next time, you guys, I love you, and I will see you later. Peace.